My name is Keith Woolrich, and I'm here to introduce 5 pillars. It's basically a father's discussion with his son on how to keep society on solid ground. And there are 5 basic principles in this book that I feel our nation has gotten away from. Those 5 are integrity, perseverance, decency, courage, all undergirded by faith. When I say integrity, I'm talking about when you see something that may not belong to you, or you're in business, or you're just walking up and down the street, you see somebody drop something, you don't put your foot over it. You tell the person, ma'am, sir, did you drop it? This belongs to you. Because we know integrity is character that's taken care of in silence, where a lot of people don't see you. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, people now are living by the 11th commandment. And I believe that's thou shalt not get caught. You know, we've slipped away. And this book is about getting us back on track. And we're not talking about being sinless. We're not talking about being perfect. We're all fallible human beings. We're gonna miss the mark. But if you see somebody drop a $20 bill in front of you, it's not finders, keepers, losers, weepers. It's, ma'am, this belongs to you. I saw, and you give it back to them. Talking about perseverance. As you know, perseverance is continue to, when it gets tough, when you get tired, when you get frustrated, when you get irritated, you have to keep going. I'm seeing a lot of people quitting now. If, it gets hard, I'm frustrated, forget about it. I had to persevere a lot of times to write this book. I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning, a whole lot of mornings during COVID. And that's when I wrote this, was during COVID. I was challenged to write it. I had some time on my hands, so we started in March and we finished in May. But we had to persevere through it. We couldn't quit. There were days it wouldn't come out right. I would just have to walk away from the project. But I'm seeing people quit midstream now, and it bothers me. We have to persevere. If we're gonna make the goals, if we want the dreams that God has put in our hearts, we must continue to walk forward toward it, even if it don't look like we're gonna get there. We still must move forward. The next one I have in this is just decency. You know, I look at, and again, I don't want to berate our young people, but if you're on the bus, there's an elderly man, gentleman, or lady, and there's no seats left, the decent thing for us to do is to get up if we got young legs. Say, ma'am, take my seat. Or if I'm driving through a neighborhood, now trust me, I like my bass, I like my boom. But if somebody's doing something, turn your music down. You know, don't cuss and swear in front of our elders. That would got me knocked out growing up as a child. Just decent. Again, I'm not saying being perfect. I'm not saying being sanctimonious. Not what I'm talking about. But we know to do the right thing when it's time to do the right thing. Next one I discuss, Reg, is courage. Where are the courageous people in the culture, brother? We've elected people now, unfortunately, that are more concerned about what the polls say about them versus what's the right thing to do. We elect people to speak truth to power, and I believe we as the electorate now, especially as we're going into this season, we got to get back to speaking truth to power. Because a lot of these cats now are more concerned about being reelected than they are about doing what's right for the people. When in the civil rights movement, and again, I'm a fan of the civil rights movement, I study the civil rights movement, when he just passed, John Lewis was crossing the Pettus Bridge. He knew the sheriff was only 100 yards away. That was finna hit him in his head and bust his cranium wide open. But he still took the courage route to go forward. We need that back now. And all of these pillars are undergirded by faith.